Today's video, we're looking at the ex-Gurkha Khukuri House Parang Machete. You can see this one has really a long handle on this one. Back swept blade, no tip at all on this one. So the tip is actually kind of like teeth. So it's really intended to be more of a utility tool than perhaps even a combat weapon. But we'll take a look at some specs on this one. This one's very sharp. It did awesome in the cut testing. Take a look at some specs, up close looks, and then we'll look at the cut testing. Let's get to it. Overall length is 30.5 inches, all the way from the kind of dulled out tip. It's more like a tooth, like teeth, if anything, on the tip of this one. There really is no tip. All the way to the end of the handle. This is a full tang design, so you can see the exposed tang running on both sides with 3 pins on the handle. The blade length itself is 18 inches. We're going to see from the side profile, this one has a more back swept blade. You will see these also in Filipino cultures as well, so it is really more of a utility tool than an actual combat weapon alone. Not overbearing in weight, 2 pounds, 3 ounces, and this one's actually categorized on the website as being very sharp. So this one is very sharp. It was actually very, very easy to go through tatami with this. It has a pull on the edge of it that is pretty damn sharp, not gonna lie. So it has a functional edge to it, so cutting through tatami and water bottles and things like that that are appropriate for cut testing, definitely getting your bang for your buck. Point of balance is 3.5 inches from the guard. We start to look at the handle. Obviously there's no pommel because this is just 2 pieces of hardwood with 3 pins going through it with the exposed tang on both sides. So basically it's a single piece of steel. We have a very long handle on this, 11.25 inch handle. So you can see you can get really 3 hands on this. So if you wanted to choke up on this, if you wanted to go toward the middle or toward the back of it, that's really entirely up to you. We have a high carbon steel blade that comes with this one. The interesting feature on this handle is actually the forefinger, right where a ferrule would be. So this is all notched. So it's raised slightly, which I will get on the up close looks a little bit more. And we're gonna have 2 pins right here, there and there, keeping that in place on the handle. So it does feel interesting to have it this far up the handle. I didn't cut like that, but it's an interesting feel just for your own information. I did like it more right where you're gonna see the handle bellies up here. So right in that little nook right there, right before the decoration on this and the utility of having this for a little bit more grip. I liked it there and right here. Not very uncommon to a grip that you'd see on a katana or even a longsword, so nothing really unfamiliar or exotic about it really. Just a functional handle, something that's used primarily for utility. We're gonna take a look at the scabbard. So this is a hardwood scabbard. They always do really cool scabbards for this company, which I really, really enjoyed. Almost looks like snakeskin, but this is leather. We have a very, very long, it's pretty crazy. We have a giant belt loop. So it is a green belt loop with studs on the back of it. And this is attached to it. I believe you could take this off. No, it's glued on there. So you can't take it off. It's got the logo, the ex-Gurkha Khukuri House logo stamped right here, which again, I'll get on the up close looks. The draw is good, not exactly something in the context of a speed draw or anything like that. There's a little bit of a pull only because of the blade shape, and they usually keep these scabbards pretty tight, and them being made out of organic material, you're gonna have a little bit of a tug sliding this out of the scabbard, but it's nothing serious. It's nothing, you know, debilitating to the function of the design. Looking at the snaps on the handle, we've got 2 snaps, one toward the end. We have a little bit of leather cord if you did want to wrap your wrist in order for a little bit more grip. And the belt loop is gigantic, so you could wear it a little bit lower, or you could wear this a little bit higher. So virtually any belt is going to fit through here, especially if you have this up higher. If that's something that you wanted to do personally, if you wanted to carry it, or if you want to carry it in a backpack, easy to really transport with that. These don't really move a whole lot, so you really don't have to worry about this falling out. So if this is moving around a pack for some reason, if you did have that, you really don't have to worry about it. Really like the scabbard, really like that it kind of looks like snakeskin, even though I just said it is leather, but just the design of it in general is really cool. Let's take a look at some up close looks of this one in the scabbard and out of the scabbard. Taking a look at this one in the scabbard, we'll see the really cool leather scabbard that comes with this one, more of like snakeskin. This is the logo on the ex-Gurkha Kukuri House logo that I said that was stamped into there. And this does not move. This is a piece of it and is got tacks on the back of it. There's your two snaps that secure it. We have a little bit of cord, enough to get your wrist through there where it's not annoying. Flipping this guy over, might be a little bit of dust or scratches on it just because I did cutting with it. And it is a blemished item. We always use blemished items generally with cut testing videos. There's the back of the scabbard. You really see that snakeskin type of design. Tacks on the back. And then a little side profile seeing that's the top of the belt loop, the top option, and then the bottom option, which is gigantic and virtually anything will fit through there. Look at this one out of the scabbard. We have this hardwood handle. This is the 11 1/4 inch handle. We have a lot of room on this one. There's the lanyard hole, the exposed tang. And then there's those two pins I was speaking of before that hold that kind of more of a ferrule piece. That's really where a ferrule would be. So, and it is raised. So it does this offer a little bit of grip if you chose. I usually like the handle, my top hand being directly underneath that because the handle bellies out slightly on that top hand. And then again, there's the exposed tang running up the blade. Always really cool designs from ex-Gurkha Kukuri House. And there's those teeth I was talking about. So really, I wasn't being figurative at all. Like there's no edge on the top of this. It's all just sawtooth or just teeth, however you want to put it. No back edge to it. It's got a hole in the blade too, because if this didn't have a scabbard, you could even hook that up. And that edge is very sharp, like for real. It's very sharp. You're gonna see in the cut testing too. I'll flip this over just to give you another view, even though it's the same. Start at the top this time. Get back in toward the teeth. Down the back sweat blade. And then all the way down the handle. Moving our way into the cut testing with this ex-Gurkha Kukuri House parang machete. The edge is really sharp. It felt really, really easy to cut through with this one. I did primarily go with one hand. Really two reasons for that. One, it's the safest for me because I'm used to single-handed swords. So when I'm getting a new box of stuff in, I want to make sure that one, my safety is priority, and two, also so I can cut efficiently with what my training is primarily. So I did primarily go one hand with it. That's why I did mention how the handle bellies up. I did like that feature with uppercut strikes. It was really, really easy to cut through the tatami. I did play with a little bit of double hand at the end when I played with a little bit of some of the uppercuts and some of the punch cuts. So just to kind of give you a reference of that, I do like the grip again right underneath the ferrule. So right there is a solid grip for me, and it felt properly balanced for cutting through tatami. Let's take a look at the footage and see what this thing can do. Thanks for joining me for this video, the ex-Gurkha Kukuri House parang machete. This thing cut like a razor blade or a lightsaber through the tatami mats, and I really, really like the scabbard a lot. Very unique design, especially for this being primarily a utility tool. If you like stuff from ex-Gurkha Kukuri House, check the previous reviews. We just did a Afghanistan Enduring Freedom Kukuri set. That's a really cool one. It's more of like a tan color on the leather, and a really cool set as well. Let us know what you want to see in the reviews. Comment below and let us know what you want to see for blade reviews. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and we'll see you in the next one.